The approach that Liquid took in game number 1 was maybe go toe-to-toe in late game potential with Spectre versus Arc Warden. This time it seems like they want to accelerate.
Thinking it could be a Tidal Leshrac.
No.
And safe lane Tiny in that case. Safe lane.
I think it'll be a safe lane Leshrac, and then it'll be a mid DP. Probably. Oh, this is great. Why just me? Get out of my swamp!
Did production hear you talking about Shrek? No shit! Jenkins, for some reason, asked me about Shrek last night. It's not. It doesn't do the tongue thing. He was trying to do the tongue thing, which I'm not going to do on.
Who's the guy that voices him?
Eddie Murphy. Idiots.
Shit!
A boxy Leshrac, Taiga Phoenix.
That is what you sound like.
Okay.
And it is going to be a safe lane Tiny.
We did see that too from Mickey, actually.
But not quite the same.
And it looks like Boxy is doing a similar thing that he does.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it could also just be Bracer, Null,
Yeah.
casual ring of protection. Not bad.
By Vessel, did you mean Veil?
No, I meant Vessel.
Oh, okay.
Because to build into Veil, you go Sage's Mask, right?
Yeah.
Not the... that Vessel.
All right, we'll see how it goes. It is going to be mid-matchup. Koifa versus Miracle. Medusa versus the Death Prophet. Our top lane, we have Weehaw, who's going to be playing the Void Spirit, in a side lane here up against Mickey's side lane Tiny, with Insania behind him, who apparently was putting Fortune's End onto the Tiny. Not sure about that one. G8 has got that extra damage, and Treants behind him.
That is rough. 4 Treants, level 1, big Elder Titan running you down. 1 armored hero, not good.
This will also be the second time that Nigma have like aggroed and not done the expected lane matchup. They're putting mind control here in the safe lane. Last time it was Miracle up at top with his Arc Warden, and Weehaw mid. They switched that up in game 2, but still, the philosophy is still the same, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It makes teams so hard to predict. Like, this is... I mean, you can look at what their players pick, and you're like, okay, I know where this hero is going to be.
That Mystic Snake hurts! And Koifa, he's going to have to back away from this one. He still has his healing salve to work with, but still, damn. He's got to be careful. Oh, God! He had to pop the Fairy Fire other way. Oh, shit! He may actually die here. He is! Miracle gets the first blood. How do you lose? It's the Medusa versus Death. I mean, you could lose in CS, but how do you die?
I never want to see an Alchemist or a Medusa get a first blood. I feel like that shouldn't happen under any circumstance.
Oh, no.
That is really rough, man. And it goes back to this lane swap that they've done. Like, I think Nigma's lanes are extremely creative. Even if it's not for this kill, I kind of get why Koikfa died there, just in the sense that you pick this DP mid, you expect to be able to pressure somebody, right? So you're but wait, there's this hero against me that I can't stop from farming, and this is their late game win condition. He's free farming, he's getting all of this XP. I need to pressure, oh shit, I'm dead.
Oh shit, I take 200 damage from a nuke because Mystic Snake has hit 3 creeps and now it's hit me.
Twice, he took it twice.
Yeah, he took the big damage twice. And they're gonna have to watch out for bounces in general because they also have this mind control safe lane Nature's Prophet, the Raft of Nature that is been all-consuming in these tournaments. It feels like Medusa is another hero towards the end of it that is going to be very important. And not only is the matchup good against the Death Prophet just in the laning phase, right, but he's also one of the best heroes. She's one of the best heroes to stand in front of pushes, right?
This is true. Yeah, this is true.
So Koikfa, he may not, like without rotations, he's not going to feel comfortable just charging at that mid tower. And we'll have to see how Liquid adjusts if supports are going to be rotating into mid to gank the Medusa, which is always a little scary, or if Koikfa is going to move to the side lanes and try and take those towers first.
I think you have to go to the side lanes at this point. He's doing...
Is Koikfa
Man, one more hit. Like, he's having such a rough time here. I think he's going to lose his tower to this Medusa.
I think so too. I think Insania may be able to kill RMN here, as he's going to go for that second round. RMN has to let the heal come into play to be able to stay alive, but it's not good enough. Insania does manage to find that kill and even things up a bit.
Name one thing that's scarier than a level 3 Oracle.
Well, like a level 30 PA with double Divine Rapier.
What about wolves?
Wolves are pretty scary. I would say tigers are more scary.
Oh, bullshit. Okay.
My goodness, that's the first time I've heard a really passionate, angry response from Jenkins. Apparently he's not a fan of tigers, and you know who's also not a fan of tigers? Weehaw.
Dire structures are fortified.
Yeah.
He's also not a fan of that defensive tri lane that just killed him.
Yes. Yeah.
Not a fan of rotations. Koikfa being run down again. Fortunately, he does have another healing salve to work with, and Miracle is also getting low whenever he's chasing this Death Prophet, so who knows, maybe things will swing back around as we're going to see them try to do so here. GH does get stunned up. Insania going for the double nuke. They do manage to bring him down back over to Miracle. He gets a little bit low, but he's still fine. Koikfa is beginning to assert some control of this lane, and he certainly needs it as he is currently behind in the CS department.
Yeah, for sure, man. I love this bot lane Nature's Prophet because you can just have the support leave. They can just go wherever they want. Like, you see them just chilling around mid, maybe stacking, back in base, doing whatever. And then Nature just gets all these levels, and then boom! At one of these moments, we're going to see that ult come out. Somebody's going to have some clenching going on, that's for sure.
Bunch of minus armor, Taiga. Mystic Snake, that's not going to be enough, but if they get a second, maybe third hit, and RMN stretch it out! And he gets the kill on Taiga.
That bench aura, man. Nice attack range there. Look at this. 3 Wraith Bands.
Wraith Band.
This is the trend that we're seeing from...
Oh no, Koikfa! He's been caught by the rotation of mind control here. The Spirit Siphon trying to help out, trying to get away from these damn treants, but the damage is too much. Heavy rotations into the mid lane, and Nigma, sure enough, you said, I think this Death Prophet's gonna lose his tower to the Medusa. Well, Nigma are going to lend a helping hand in aiding in that.
Yeah, 5 minutes in, you have the Siege Creep spawn. This is a pretty common rotation that you see, but not often that you see it's a Medusa that's the one that's kind of at the forefront of it, but he's so huge with the level 6. They actually can't fight into him with any heroes. They need to bring everyone to deal with him.
Regeneration to work with. He'll get a free Mystic Snake on the neutral camp as well. Mickey looking to be able to kill Weehawk. Gets a little close there. But unfortunately, the physical damage shield protected Weehaw from the Resonant Pulse.
Look at Wee's build this game. He is going straight for the hood. He does not want to get comboed again. He was sick and tired of getting comboed for the entirety of the last game with this exact matchup.
Yeah, well, he's gonna get comboed right here now as they do finish him off nice and clean. Insania pops out with the extra control and the extra damage to kill Weehaw again.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Do you kind of feel like the solution maybe is a couple of bracers and then
And then,
play like such a maniac a little bit, but I also think that he is making a lot of space for Nigma as well. So it's one of those things that, like as the draft panel talked about, it can look kind of bad, but it works out, you know? You get the win.
This is so cool, the way they're setting this up, right? Because you said, hey, the support can leave lane. So GH has been stacking this entire time. One of the best heroes to take advantage of stacks. Weehaw. Astral steps over the side through the support. Taiga's in some trouble. Magic immunity, but there's still the physical damage coming out from mind control. He needs a little bit more. Another hit, perhaps. Weehaw pops his mango, but does not pursue. So nobody actually dying up here in the top lane. But yeah, GH stacks. He takes advantage of stacks by being able to get all this extra damage, and he zones the Leshrac out. The Leshrac being one of the best heroes to take stacks away, making sure that in turn, the Medusa is the one to collect on those stacks.
Yeah, it's a very nice draft, actually. Body blocks from the trees.
Treant's doing so much work. Mickey does finally close that distance, but doesn't get the toss back here. And Insania blocked out. They're going to fill that hole. Weehaw staying on top of Insania here. Who's going to turn? They do have RMN coming in as well, and it looks like Insania is probably going to get popped with this magic missile. A little bit more damage. The Fire Spirit slowing down these attacks. Weehaw still looking to finish him off. They does have the magic immunity and heal to stay alive. Taiga's going to have to be Icarus diving away here. The combination used on Weehaw still staying alive. The Fortune's End, a little bit more. The Purifying Flames, and a hit from Mickey gets Weehaw killed again.
I know Weehaw's dead. Oh, okay. Can he? I don't know if a level 6 Leshrac is too much of a threat.
He's on hunt. He's gonna come in and toss up in the air. Boxy eventually will follow it up with lightning to slow him down.
Can't see the forest.
And mind control's dead as well. Liquid just moving a bunch of members around the map. That's 4 heroes top at some point.
So really great response from Liquid there. I was going to say, I really love how Nigma are positioning their heroes, where of course they have Miracle farming. He's got all these stacks to take. They had GH taking mid, getting some levels on the Elder Titan. If he can get his 6, that's really going to help out for the team fights. So they were just kind of playing this strong 3-man top just to make a little bit of space. But I think with just we dying up here, you're okay with that. But then when mind control dies, it's like, okay, this is where we made the error. This is where this hero shouldn't be dead.
Yeah.
Basically, we as the offlaner right now, mind control is the carry. And Miracle is, or Mind Control is the mid, and Miracle is the carry. So we dying is okay. That's fine. But you want to keep Mind Control alive.
If you want to make that a little bit more clear, you could say 1, 2, and 3.
I could have done that, but you know what? That would be too not confusing.
So the hero of the off lane is actually our carry.
I see why they use the numbers now. That's,
yes, the numbers help out a lot.
Whoever invented that was a very smart gentleman or gentle lady.
Yeah, Koifa, he is being run down right now, and he has no way to be able to cut through trees, but the stomp missed, so Koifa has a free TP out. Where did he TP? He TP to the bottom lane, so doesn't even lose any efficiency here or anything like that.
He's got the catapult, so would be a nice tower to siege, although GHE is heading over. He sees that he's stuck there in that bot lane on Koifa.
Isn't that a ward not on the high ground?
A small adjustment.
It was a ward right next to the cliff.
That's really rough when that happens.
Oh, that's weird.
That's a rip in pepperonis. GH has just been being kind of greedy. I think he's chilling around and stacking for Miracle, but also taking this solo XP mid.
Yeah, I mean, he's got more farm than the Liquid supports, probably because he's been getting a healthy amount of gold from all the stacking he's been doing.
Yeah. 40% now, right? That's a lot.
It is quite a lot.
Dire's
You can see a big difference in the stacking action that's been going on, and Liquid has not been able to invade and take away stacks at all. We're going to see the safe lane tower swapped.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As Weehaw about to complete his pipe. If you can get this last hit on the tower and a little bit extra gold, then they'll have a really big team fight item at that point, especially with Mind Control rushing the drums.
Tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under
for sure.
attack.
I think we're going to see the opposite of what was happening in the last game, where we is the guy that's going to run in and get everything started.
Yep.
And then we'll have the damage dealer on Mind Control.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Seems like they value having somebody that can do that.
Oh, and Aether Remnant pulls back Taiga. Taiga still has the Supernova, and Leshrik's coming in with CP's coming in as well. They can certainly fight around this area. Who are they going to catch? It's going to be Mind Control. They don't bother with Weehaw. He has Astral Steps. He's slippery. Mind Control, meanwhile, is the guaranteed kill, and he's got more farm anyway.
And look at JH this whole time, man. He's just bot. He's not even considering coming to these fights. He wants to get his drums first.
Yeah, he's busy. The lad is busy. RMN trying to get off the swap there. The Avalanche stopping the animation. Now Weeha's going to be able to come in, grabs the Tiny instead of his intended target of Insania. Insania still having that protection of the false promise means that Mickey is feeling a little randy. Thought about going in, causing some havoc, but okay, now he's going to go with his haste rune to simulate. Missed out on that.
And then when the classic 5v5 happens mid, you just have a Nature's Prophet TP to the side lane, start pushing it out. All of a sudden you realize you can't do this if you're Liquid.
I don't know, Jenkins. It kind of feels like Nigma they just play really well against this team. The history is behind it, and now we're seeing just individually in this series, they have their number in both the slow game and the fast game. This time around, Nigma have this big late game Medusa, but at 13 minutes, they're up 5,000 net worth.
Yeah, we're seeing Nigma do something that's very similar to what Team Secret does, where they split up into these multiple different units, and you know, you see GH farming mid, for example, and you're like, well, this is stupid. He's clearly gonna die. But this is the risk. Yeah, this is the risk that they're gonna take. It's like, okay, maybe he thinks he's not gonna die here. Maybe he just doesn't care. He thinks that he's farming, that these other heroes can pair together and they can still be a functional unit, and that without levels, without the drums, he's not that useful anyway.
Yep.
So just put him in front of this mid tower here and give him this farm nobody else on his team wants to take. Like, do you really want to gank an Elder Titan? They just let him live. They don't give a shit. They don't want to kill him. They want somebody else.
There comes Mickey.
Radiant
See
structures are
GH
fortified.
and RMN, they both
Dire's
have the
top
read. They
tower
know where the
is
game's
under
going to be
attack.
coming from, but they may not have expected this much of a rotation. Supernova right out, middle of the tier 1 tower, but the heroes are getting on top of the egg. The egg is certainly going to die here with a beautiful stomp out that controls up everybody on the side of Liquid and allows them to be able to run them down each one by one. Boxy will be the last one to die here with false promise, and he's just putting out damage. But in the end, it was RMN for 5 on the side of Liquid. It honestly could not have gotten prettier.
Dire's bottom
That
tower
Echo
is
Stomp
under
during
attack.
the egg. Like, that let them kill the egg, number one. And then number two, that sets up for this beautiful, like, 4-man astral step into the AoE nuke. Like, it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's way too much to connect on 5 heroes. I think it was 4 heroes. I think somebody died very early.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Still though, what a team fight. You can't. It feels wrong to go on Avenge like that. You know, it's like she's going to swap somebody out anyway. Like, this is.
tower is under
I mean, I suppose that's why you go on her, because she's the safe hero. So I feel like you kind of have to, but you almost want to get somebody else and toss them into the Venge, or jump the back lines, disable the Venge, and then kill somebody else.
Weehaw was certainly having a bit of a chuckle after that team fight. If you saw his webcam, he was having a good time. And I'm sure Nigma as a whole are having a good time, because the score may be 8-8 at 15 minutes, but Nigma, there's no doubt about it that they are certainly winning this game. Having a huge lead, 9,000 net worth. Koifa trying to run down some heroes right now. I think Liquid, they just need to be able to force some fights and actually win some fights, but Taiga's already dead. And now the combo going out. My control, he's been picked off. Mickey was able to burst him down, but now they have to all run through. The Wrath of Nature comes through and obliterates Insania. The rest of Liquid on the run right now as Nigma just warming up as a ball.
Let's take over the triangle.
Take over the triangle, maybe take some objectives. Mickey's gonna pop out. Can they kill Weehaw? No. Mickey decided against that play. Astral Step, Ether Remnant doesn't actually grab him here. Toss back, or toss rather. Mickey is more focused on just getting out of that dangerous predicament that he was just in, rather than trying to be offensive. Smoke up after they take the tier 1 tower. The rest of the team sweeping back into that triangle where they have this nice aggressive ward. So they've already spotted Koifa, and they've chosen him as the next victim. A long-range combination, magic missile, Aether Remnant into the ultimate of GH. Mickey goes to the toss back into the stun from Boxy. Okay, that's a decent amount of damage, but RMN, he just swamped him into the high ground here. Now Liquid have focused all their damage on a hero they couldn't kill. He gets off the stone gaze. Boxy turns around with a false promise once again, putting out what damage he can before he dies. It looks like they might be able to get the support. The Supernova stun goes down. Weehaw takes a decent amount of damage, but you can see the power of the pipe. They just don't take enough damage to die. Weehaw is still up through all of this. The Fire Spirits hit him one more time, but he will stay up.
Amazing swap from RMN, just positioning on that high ground, expecting, like, okay, I don't know if he was there because he was warding the high ground or like whatever he
Maybe he was
doing.
looking for an offensive swap or something.
But it happened to be the perfect place to put the perfect hero, maybe minus a Terrorblade or like a Drow, you could argue is better than a Medusa, but you pull her up to that high ground, she's happy. Yeah, mind control is just a core in this game, man.
Yep.
It's cool that Nigma can pull this off, though. I'd love to see teams pull this off. Liquid, of course, another team we've seen do this kind of role swapping, job swapping thing.
You're just talking about the fluidity between roles, where it's like we trust everybody to have the best game, basically.
Right. It's like Miracle. You can throw him on an Ember Spirit; it'll be fine. He'll play a playmaker. He'll play a completely hard carry like this. You can have Weehaw playing that jump hero. You can have him playing a late game hero. You can have him playing the offlaner, which is essentially what he is in this game.
And that was a slight criticism of Nigma in the past, was it felt like they were a bit more one-dimensional in that regard, and that Weehaw was always playing the space creators and Miracle was always playing the hard carries, and Mind Control was always playing some sort of initiator.
Which is, you know, relatively similar to this draft, but we're seeing at least a bit of fluidity.
Yeah.
Which is nice to see. It's not something completely crazy. Like, I think the Liquid fluidity that they have between their 3 and their 4 is, I mean, once again, it's just one of these things you don't see ever.
You know, we're saying that word a lot, and I really hope it is a word now.
I really do hope so.
Is under attack.
Orchid stops Mickey from getting a combo into the Nature's Prophet. I think he thought to himself he had to get some physical damage in first. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to burst him down. The stomp prevents the Icarus dive out. Taiga's been caught. Insania, once again, this Wrath of Nature proves to be his bane. They may be able to take down Weehaw. Okay, that's a pipe carrier as well. But unfortunately, they've lost Koifa. There goes that exorcism, and Miracle's a god. At least that's what the game believes, because he is godlike right now. Avalanche to be able to stop the stomp. Mickey, though, cannot get far enough away as he's been hit by the Scotty. And eventually Mind Control will catch him. This is a very, very rough game. It felt like game one, there were possibilities of Liquid being able to pull out the W, but here it's been a merciless affair as Nigma. Well, the only mercy they had is that, well, Mickey slipped through their fingers. Boxy is going to be run down by RMN, so that's something.
Unfortunately, you do kill the guy that just respawns immediately after you kill him as an illusion.
Yeah.
And he is the coach, so this is great. He can just sit there, not press any spells, and tell his team what to do. Very convenient. You know, I gotta say, I get why Nigma gave GH all of the farm and space on the map. Well, maybe it wasn't that much space. I mean, he was taking the aggressive farm. I don't think he dies. He's too tanky.
He is far too tanky.
We didn't even pop pipe. He's still got the pipe.
They are going to be able to get the Fortune's End on him. Boxy with the haste rune. Toss him onto Weehaw, see if they can get the Yule Scepter up on him into the stun, but the Aether Remnant pull into the stomp again, and now they're all going to get snapped back with the Orchid into the back line, so the Oracle can't even get the false promise off. Nigma have all the answers, man. They've got all the answers, no matter what the move is from Liquid. Nigma is there with the counterpunch.
All right, that leads me back into what I was saying about GH. I totally understand why they gave him all of the space.
Yeah.
Because with that max Echo Stomp and with the drums, the ability to position the Spirit, like he is setting up the nicest stomps in these fights. And I keep hearing Fog backstage say like, oh, this guy doesn't know how to play Elder Titan. He's a big Elder Titan player, you know, like, so he's always so critical. It's like if somebody picks Pudge, I gotta be super critical backstage about it. And I think I get it now. Like, this looks like a totally different Elder Titan performance compared to what we see from a lot of ETs. Like, he's running in and manning up, but he's ravaging people, man. Like, he's putting on choke points, he's hitting 5-man stomps, he's hitting the right heroes in the back line.
Yeah, the
it's beautiful.
Just destroying. Nice toss back. He tried to go for the Manta dodge there. Instead, the real hero is put into the tier 4, so with the supernova out, Miracle has to commit to be able to killing the egg. The old scepter looks to be able to stop things, but the egg still dies as Weehaw was the one to be able to bring it down instead. Now Miracle turns and fights with the remnants of his last bit of mana here. Gets a decent amount back. Koifa healing up with the Essence Ring once again. Mickey trying to go in, see if he can get some more damage in. There is going to be the false promise on the Koifa here. Miracle is going to be caught out of mana at this point, almost finished off, but Weehaw, he zips on it with the Wrath of Nature on out, and Miracle survives through it. I'll leave it. That last toss back was not enough. Just call it Liquid. It's over. They did everything they could, threw everything they had to kill Miracle once. Still was not enough. A very clean and dominant victory from Nigma, ending